Welcome back, my Gekishin Squadra fandom. Today we'll be doing a Dragon Ball Z Gekishin Squadra tier list like we did before. If you guys haven't checked that out, this is my first tier list before I play majority of the characters. I still haven't played all the characters, but I played against most of them, and I played most of the characters in the game. So I feel like I got a good bit of knowledge on how the characters play and who's the best and, you know, who's the worst and stuff like that. And also, I'm going to go over like the skills and stuff in this video. If you do want to see gameplay of the characters, I got a lot of videos that's dedicated to that character. Basically, you get an inside scoop of how I play the character and, you know, stuff like that. But while I rank the character, you can obviously check out the video, but you can do that after you watch the tier list video, obviously. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also leave a like if you want to see more Dragon Ball Z Gekishin Squadra videos. But let's get right into this tier list. Okay, so I feel like first we should start with the DLC characters because two of them aren't here yet. So in my opinion, I feel like we're gonna have Gotenks. He's probably gonna be S tier. I'm not gonna lie. He's probably gonna be the best of the three. He's a tech character, and let's just say that I can see him being crazy in this meta. Now we only have what we've seen in the trailer. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like he's gonna be crazy. He's a fusion character. He's the only fusion character in the game, so they obviously have to make him crazy. And then I feel like top is gonna be A. He's gonna be A tier. I noticed with this game, a lot of characters have like slow moves, especially their ultimates. Their ultimates are really slow when it comes to activated. Like you have a couple that are fast. The Spirit Bomb's fast. Well, it's slow, but it's big, so it's hard for it to escape it. And Cooler's his supernova is kind of crazy too, and Frieza's Frieza's you can escape Frieza's. Cooler, Goku, even Trump, you probably won't get out of it. Even Goku's ultimate, like Super Saiyan 3's Goku, he's just crazy. But let's just go to the next character. Now Goku is Super Saiyan Goku is S tier. I'm sorry, he's just the best character. My guy has escapes. As a matter of fact, okay, so these are the characters I have unlocked, by the way. I played Baby, I played Trunks. I don't think I made videos of them though. So, but I played all these characters. Besides him, I'm not spending money on him. I'm sorry. I'll spend money on Gotenks when he drops. Other than that, I played all the characters on this list. But I'm gonna just show you guys, okay? So we have Goku, right? We can go to details. Yeah, Super Saiyan, okay? So increases his attack, damage dealt, his violent rage, the way he built it up. His base HP, basically his passive. And if you guys don't know what passives are, all the characters have passives. Enemy heroes who have KO nearby ally heroes increase damage dealt to the target and makes them findable even if outside the field of view. So that means if you're playing hit and you kill one of his teammates, he's going to find you and he's going to kill you. Because he does a lot of damage. And you can't run from him. Okay, so he has a physical attack. Everybody has like the basic attack in this game. The Kamehameha. This is a crazy move right here. Especially when you boost it all the way up and use Kaioken, as you guys can see. Launch your energy, having a set direction. Use while Kaioken is active to increase AoE damage dealt and apply movement speed down to the enemy. So that means when you get hit by this Kamehameha, you're going to, let's just say if it touches you, okay, you're going to take most of the damage. And if he Kaiokens it, you're going to take all the damage, and it's probably going to put you to half health or almost dead, especially if you're a DPS or a tech character that doesn't have that much health. It might one-shot Frieza if it catches Frieza in it. I'm gonna just say that now. Then you have Meteor Hammer, one of the fastest moves in the game, and it takes up as you guys can see, boom, boom. You see how big the crater is, right? You rush to a set position to strike down with a fist. Use while Kaioken is active to generate a shockwave, deal additional damage, and stagger the enemy. So it staggers you too once it hits you. He can also use this as an escape to get away, and the Kaioken too. A self-strengthening technique. This pretty much amplifies everything that he does. Defense, strike, attack, movement. You can combine it with all his moves. The Kaioken, like you said, when other skills hit, excluding Kaioken, this skill cooldown is reduced. So that means when you hit with other skills, it reduces the cooldown of the Kaioken. And if you guys don't know, you also can, you see how fast he flies? You can use the Kaioken to escape, basically. So say you're low, you get a kill, you get a kill to come in high, and then you do basic attacks or a spirit bomb or whatnot, or even the meteor crash. Okay, you can fly away with the Kaioken, or say you kill somebody with the Kamehameha, you rush in, you use the Kamehameha, you juice it up, you're going to be able to meteor hammer, meteor smash, whatever you want to call it. You're gonna be able to do that, and then you're on Kaioken and you're gonna get away and they're not gonna catch you. And I feel like the spirit bomb, we don't really have to talk too much about the spirit bomb because we already know what it does. Say you're on your last god of destruction pretty much. I hate when Goku's do this, bro, especially when they're not on my team and I'm losing. They're gonna run up, they're gonna throw a spirit bomb on the whole god. If you're in the location, they do not care. When they do that, they're pretty much gonna get your guy and they're gonna end the game, because I ain't gonna lie, once they get to like your base and have to get the Dragon Ball and break the glass and all that, the game's pretty much over, bro. The game is pretty much over once that happens. Be mindful of that. That's all I'm gonna say. But Goku is S tier. He's an S tier character, bro. I feel like a lot of people are going to agree with me on that. At least that Goku. Okay, so for the next character, I think I want to rate Piccolo. Now, I recently made a video with Piccolo. Piccolo is an S tier character now. Now, he was down here for Dookie. He was definitely a D character. And the reason why I say that now that he's an S tier, because obviously you can look at the video to see, but don't, like I said, don't click that video right now. You can click it after. But I'm gonna, basically he got a buff, right? So he's insane now. If you guys don't know, Piccolo got a buff, right? He does a lot more damage than he did, and it's pretty crazy because I'm pretty sure, yeah, like I said, his I don't know if his passive has always been like this. Like I said, I just played Piccolo yesterday. I used to hate having Piccolo on my team. Even now, people still don't understand how Piccolo play in the rank that I'm in, which I was in B2, but I ended up playing with my friend, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But I'm like A rank when it comes to DPS. I'm like A3, A2, something like that. Might be A4, probably A3. But yeah, I'm at A rank with him, and he's a really good character, pretty solid now. And I'm glad that they buffed him because he was terrible. But anyway, let's get into his move list. So his passive ability reduces skill cooldown time using a rush attack, shorten cooldown on skills. If a powered up rush attack hits, cooldown drastically reduced. So that means if you hit them with a rush attack, if your rush attack hits, that means it's going to increase the cooldown by a lot. And if you do basic attacks, then it's going to reduce the cooldown. So, which is good for him because he's really good now. So the basic attack is basically the rush attack, if you guys don't know, an energy blast attack after the, yeah, basic attack. And then let's just start with the skills, okay? Skill 1, this is your bread and butter right here. These two, you have the light grenade and the hell zone trap. Those are the bread and butter. So I'm going to tell a lot of people this because a lot of people don't really know that you could do this. And what you can do is you don't have to grab a special beam cannon. So I'm basically, in my video, I don't want to spoil it, but you don't want to get, you want to get these two last, okay? Like in my video, I one-shot at Trunks and almost one-shot at a whole bunch of people with light grenade. The special beam cannon is good, but you're not going to hit a special beam cannon most of the time. Like, there's no way you're going to do it. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. You could be FaZe Piccolo at that point. You're not going to do it, okay? But anyway, fire energy blast to a set direction. Deals more damage to enemies who are further away. Increase the skill level will cause an explosion, dealing more damage. So that means you want to be far back. Basically, they're not gonna see you, but you can see them. Especially if you're in a team fight, you want to be a sniper of the team, because if he hits somebody with that light grenade, they're going to feel either they're gonna be one shot, especially if they're like a squishy or they're DPS. Like, say if Goku's out there, he's fighting, right? You hit him, he's gonna be one shot, or he's gonna one shot him. That's basically what it is. Piccolo is basically a Goku, but further. Like, he can be way back when he hits you. Now, the Hell Zone Trap, I love this move. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I hated Piccolo, but I'm honestly, I've been getting it in with Piccolo. Like, this move right here. Fires a countless energy blast into the sky above a set position. Blast target approaching enemies, or will fall to the ground when the command is released. So that means if you click it in, it pretty much goes down. And I meant re-enter. Explodes applies movement speed down to enemies upon hit. So it also slows when it hits. So basically, you throw this up in a set direction. Either you can cut the enemy off, or you can zone them out with this move. Say you're taking Nappa or 16. You can pretty much block them off a certain area because it stays up for a good bit. I'm surprised they didn't really nerf the time limit on that. They gave him buff, but I'm surprised they didn't nerf the time limit on the Hell Zone Trap. But pretty good. These two moves are his bread and butter, so you want to upgrade those first. Grab this third and then get this last. Or you could go get these two first. So upgrade the light grenade first, then the Hell Zone Trap, then the Demon Whip, and then the Special Beam Cannon. That's usually what I do because, like I said, you can see the video. The video speaks for itself. Just look at my channel and you'll see the Piccolo gameplay if you're Piccolo main and you want to play Piccolo. Okay, so now we have Gohan. I'm going to say right now, Gohan is probably S tier. A tier. Gohan is A tier. And I think he might have been S tier on my list before, but I don't know. You're not really seeing him as much. You're seeing a lot of Friezas. Frieza did get a buff, so that may be why you're seeing Frieza. Everybody's trying him out. But anyway, you have his passive, an ability that strengthens self and ally heroes, applies all defense up to self when an ally hero is nearby, applies all attack up to ally heroes. So basically you get defense and attack up if you're by Gohan. And that's not just one. That's all, I'm pretty sure. Because it says to self when an ally. Oh, no, it might be one. So this one says heroes, though. So I'm pretty sure he applies this to everybody that's by him. You have his rush attack. It applies strike defense down. So that means if you hit them a number of times, their defense is going to go down. You have the Maseko, which is pretty good. If you have super start, you want to start with that. Because, like I said, it's a really good thing. Fire energy wave in a set direction and push enemies away. Close enemies receive more damage while those further away are pushed back at greater distance, which is absolutely crazy. Because I played against a Super Saiyan 3 Goku and a Gohan with Super Start, and it was pretty aggravating. I'm not gonna lie, because if you guys don't know, Super Saiyan 3 Goku's coming in high is like, it pretty much reaches the whole screen because he's basically a ranged DPS. And Gohan, if you max out his Maseko, it goes a good range too, and it does a lot of damage too. And that's crazy for a superstar. But anyway, you have his dash move, dash in a set direction, attack the enemy with a kick. Range and damage dealt increase the longer it's charged. Staggers enemies when fully charged. Applies no skill attacks to enemies when not fully charged. Can move redirect while charging. And I ain't gonna lie, this is one of his good moves because this is a move that stuns them in place. That's what it means by stagger. It stuns them, you charge it up, and then you hit them. If you charge it all the way up, it stuns them. So that is pretty good for a character. I ain't gonna lie though, hold on. We might have to change him in the tier list because I do remember that his ultimate is basically a suppress. So if you guys don't know what a suppress is, it's not a stun, it's not a knockup. Suppress is whenever you pretty much hit a character and they can't do anything. Like you can't do anything basically. Okay, so we have leave this to me. Warp to the selected ally hero, create a barrier, applies energy defense up to both and activates friendships boost, maintains barrier while stopped in place, and applies defense up, energy defense up to self and all hero. Applies energy defense down to enemies. So that's pretty good too. He's more of a support type of character. He's definitely a support tech. And then you have his exploding rage, explode with anger, releasing energy in an attack. Applies strike defense up to self, boost the number of rush attacks hit. Applies strike attack up to allies. So basically it's pretty much, when he does this, it's pretty much buffs his attacks and everything else basically. But it doesn't say that, but it does. And then you have the second part of his ultimate. This is the first part. The second part of his ultimate. This is when he pretty much hits you with the suppress that I'm talking about. As you guys can see, you see how Goku was just sitting there laying like that. I'm gonna play it again. When you fly, boom, charging, he's sitting there, hit him with a coming high, pretty much stuns, well, suppresses. Dash in a set direction and stagger enemies in an attack. Can only be activated during exploding rage. After the initial attack, warp back to the original position and unleash an energy blast. The energy release expands out into growing explosion. So that's pretty good. Basically, Gohan has two suppress or stuns, whatever you want to call it. Pretty much the same thing, I guess you could say that, but you basically, once you get hit by either one, you can't really attack, you can't use any abilities, so that's why I call it a suppress. That's what we call it in the whole bunch of other MOBA games. So yeah, next character. Okay, so we're gonna go Frieza. Surprisingly, I have not played Frieza yet on the tier list. So he's actually the next character that I'm going to make a video about, so make sure to tune in for that. But I'm gonna just put him at A tier, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a video of all the characters, obviously, but I'm gonna end up making a tier list coming back, and I'm gonna end up making this is basically gonna be me playing everybody. Also, I want to make another video where I'm gonna spin the wheel and pick characters randomly and play them. So make sure to be tuned in for that whenever I do drop it. So make sure, like I said, hit that subscribe button and leave a like, especially if you're this far into the video. Okay, so we have Frieza. Frieza got a buff, like I said. Okay, Fearsome Emperor. an ability that increases mobility, applies movement speed up to self during high speed flight, allows quick movement without stopping, even when under attack. This ability is nullified for a set period after being attacked. So basically, he's still good at what he did, was pretty much running. And I feel like if you pick Frieza, then you got one job pretty much, and that job is basically attacking the God of Destruction while the other team is team fighting. Yeah, you can support your team in the beginning of the game, and I feel like a lot of I feel like the stuff that you want to lean on, this is a rush attack, this basic attack pretty much. You have Zarbon and Dodoria helping you out fight. And you have his beam, which is pretty much tickling. The only damage is basically these two back here. Now, this is good for like chase down and stuff, but you're not going to really be in the fight like that. Now, you will you will support the team, obviously, but you're not going to be like in the fight, especially with a tech character, unless you're hit. Well, not even hit. Gohan can be in the fight because he's more of a like tanky support type tech character. But other than that, you're not gonna be in a fight with a tech character. Hopefully Gotenks is a little different because, like I said, I'm really looking forward to playing Gotenks, and I feel like a lot of people are. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are ready for Gotenks. Okay, so we got Zarbon, right? As you guys can see, he's pretty good. This is basically his attack. Deploy Zarbon to a set position. Zarbon will retreat when his health reaches 0. When the command is re-entered, the more HP the retreating subordinate has, the shorter the cooldown of the skill. Zarbon fires energy blast at the enemy's front, applies strike down defense and movement speed down to enemies, and gradually increases range of attack as the time passes. Energy blasts become energy waves at skill level 3 super. Okay, and if you guys don't know, that's pretty good because you can pretty much set Zarbon, and I feel like you want to upgrade Zarbon first. Now, I feel like a lot of people was doing Dodoria first. He's pretty good to knock them back over and over again if they're idiots, but Zarbon pretty much, he makes like a cone shape, and he pretty much shoots like he's doing now in the picture. He makes a cone shape, and he does that. So he basically, while you're fighting, you want to put Zarbon down, or your team is fighting pretty much, and you don't want to jump out. You don't want to put you don't want to put Dodoria down because Dodoria is gonna knock them out of Zarbons. So you wanna make sure you're using those characters very wisely and very smart. You want to think about it before you do it. Frieza is he's a very complex character to learn how to play, and I'm actually excited to play him because I actually learned how to play him, but he wasn't buffed like he is now. So like I said, make sure you guys are ready for that video. Like I said, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you want to see Dragon Ball Z Gekishin Squadra video. Now lunges, okay, so Dodoria launches a lunge, attacks that push back enemies in front and behind, deals more damage to enemies in the center of the attack when they hit a wall at skill level 3. So that's pretty good too. And then you have the Emperor Decree, create a surrounding field that strengthens allies and subordinate, applies movement speed to self and allied heroes, increasing attack speed or deploy. Ooh, I didn't even know it did that. I guess that might be new, but it increases the attack speed. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. The field duration is extended if an allied hero or deployed subordinate is strengthened when it's activated. Okay, so yeah, I really did not know that. That's actually pretty good to know before I play Frieza. And by the way, guys, you guys can also look at the abilities because they do help you out if you don't know how to play the character and you want to learn what skill you want to upgrade first. Like me, I know that I need to upgrade Zarbon first because he's pretty good. And then obviously, I'm not saying he's a bad. I might get him last and then activate this because I might go these two first and then maybe grab a Supernova and then Dodoria, or I might go Zarbon and the Decree and then Dodoria and then the ultimate. But anyway, the ultimate is fires a massive energy blast from basically a supernova in a set direction, increase range of AoE the longer it's charged, can move, redirect while charging. The blast blocks enemies' energy attacks. I didn't know that. Applies all attack up to enemies who step where the blast has hit. Explodes and deals more damage when it disappears at skill level 3. Okay, so basically you want to charge Supernova up all the way. I didn't even know it did all that. So yeah, I'm very excited to play Frieza. So stay tuned for that video because it will be dropping probably this week. Not this weekend, but this week. So yeah, I'm very excited to get into that. We can go into the next character now. Okay, Baby. Baby is, I want to say Baby is probably B tier. I'm probably going to get a lot of slander for that, but Definitely gonna get a lot of slander for that. Let's check his abilities out. Okay, possession. Pretty much he takes the body whenever he KOs. Pretty good. I'm pretty sure you get that. Yeah, I was gonna say you get their attack. Haven't played baby in a hot minute, but he hasn't got a buff, so he's pretty much the same. Now he is getting better because, like I said, a lot of people are learning the game. So his rush attack, he's ranged. Now, one thing I learned, you don't want to go two range characters in the bot lane unless you're really good. But I hate seeing a baby in my lane just because I feel like they're down there to survive themselves. So they jump in your body when they get low, and then you get low because you getting out damaged, because it's crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. At least that's how I play whenever me and my friend play, bro. Like I'm pretty sure I got videos of it too. Like whenever he don't even wait before he get low, he just jumps right into the body of me while I'm fighting two people in the beginning of the game, and let's just say it's a super start, I'm cooked. But anyway, Finger Blitz Barrage fires barrage of energy blast in a set direction, pushing enemies away, can move while attacking, attacks in an arc shape at skill 3. So this attack is pretty good. I wouldn't say when you're chasing, I wouldn't use this move. Other than that, it's pretty good. It pushes the team, it pushes them away, so that's pretty good. When you're trying to escape, if you're low or your teammate's low, it just depends how you want to use it. And then the energy explosion, this attack's pretty good too. An attack that continuously releases energy all around, applies strike defense up to self during the attack, applies movement speed down to enemies hit, shortens cooldown of possession, allies when an enemy hero is hit, can move while attacking, re-enter command to cancel skill, generates a huge final explosion at skill 3, dealing more damage. So this is a good attack too. Like I said, if you want to catch them or slow them down, that's the move you want to use. Possession allies. This is the move that I'm talking about. When he jumps inside of his teammate, takes possession of an ally hero, and gradually heal on HP. Applies still life to the possession ally hero. When on HP is fully restored, effects are canceled after a set amount of time has passed, or when command is re-entered, can activate cover fire and rush attack. Fire multiple energy blasts that explode at nearby enemies. If an explosion hits an enemy, the HP of the possession ally heroes will be restored. So basically it's like a lifesteal item if you play any other MOBA. Baby's pretty good with that. Early game, you don't want to max this out. I feel like early game you want to either do these two skills right here, because those are really good. His ultimate is pretty crazy too. It does a good bit of damage, at least a shockwave. Centered around yourself, obtain extra XP and deal more damage the next time if it hits an enemy hero. The more enemy heroes hit, the more extra HP gained. So basically he gets a max Gekishin burst by doing his ultimate. So that's pretty good, especially on top of max Gekishin burst. He probably has a lot of HP. So he can actually survive with his ultimate. I wouldn't say you want to go crazy and tank out the gate with him unless you have your ultimate. So the way that I would do it, because I don't have a video on baby, so I would most likely upgrade this skill first. 2 times. I would do it 2 times first. Then I would grab this. Actually, no. Then I would grab this, because by that, you get these basically for free beginning of the game. Then I get possession for my ally. And then I would get this. Or if I could upgrade both, I would just get these two, upgrade these to level 2, and then this for level 1, then get the ultimate. And then I'll start like jumping in and fighting as the tank actually should do. Or I might go boom twice, boom, boom, boom. So yeah, that's what I would do if you play baby. I feel like that's the most optimal way to. If you guys want me to make a video about the cards, let me know down below. I actually have a video about what the cards do, but if you want me to do like the best builds for the characters, I'm down for that too. Just let me know down in the comments. But yeah. Next character. Okay, Zamasu. Zamasu's A tier. I'm not gonna lie to you. Zamasu's A tier. He's a good tank. Haven't made a video on Zamasu though. Okay, so like I said, I haven't made a video on Zamasu yet. I do want to do that. I actually every time I play Zamasu, I play him off video and off stream. I do stream on Twitch, so you guys want to check that out. Rageuchiha YT. But whenever I do play Zamasu, I actually do really good with him. So he's probably one of the better tanks in the game. Anyway, we have his passive, body regeneration, the ability that restores base HP when hitting an enemy. Enemy hero is excluded with his skill, super attack excluded, or rush attack. The regeneration gauge will fill. If base HP is not at max, consume the gauge to gradually heal. If base HP is at 0 and the gauge is filled above a certain percentage, the gauge will be fully consumed, gauge to heal. So basically, you want to fight, and you see that little green bar above his health right there. Pretty much, if you get hit by a move, it's going to save you. You have to wait, though, because if it's not green, it has to be fully green, fully filled. If it gets like a little bit, like right here, you're going to die. But if it's full, you're good to keep fighting because you're going to get your health back. So you got his rush attack. I go like he probably has one of the cleanest animations for rush attacks. I do like Zamasu's rush attacks. Then we have his Heavenly Arrow. Pretty good move. Fire a multitude of energy blasts in a safe direction, applies movement speed down to enemies, can move redirect while attacking. So that means he can move and chase. So that's a pretty good skill to have. Divine Rush. Launch forward in a target direction with enemy attack while driving enemies back. So basically this is a pushback. So if you want to push, say they're running, right? You're hitting them. You can push them into a corner, push them into a wall, something like that, and you're gonna kill him because he's not gonna be able to get away. Unless he's Goku, he can Kaioken out of there. He can Meteor Smash, then Kaioken. He has like the best kid in the game. So, and it's only one Goku, so you don't have to worry about that. Fierce God Slicer, fire blades of energy in set direction while moving down surrounding enemies, applies continuous damage to enemies, can move while attacking. This attack is really good because it does damage over time, as you guys can see. That's good if you're fighting a tank. And I feel like I got a crazy build for Zamasu, which if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments. Project Zero Mortals, drop an energy blast down on yourself while attacking, applies immune to all to self. After the blast hits, movement speed down is applied to surrounding enemies. Now, this is really good because at the end, like you guys can see, it slows them a lot. And I don't know how that works against Kaioken. I'm pretty sure he can still fly out. Then you have Super Saiyan 3 Goku that which he could teleport out, but pretty good. I like Zamasu's kit as a whole. He's a well-balanced tank in this game. Okay, so next we have Oob. I feel like Oob has dropped in the tier list for a lot of reasons. I'm not seeing him anymore. It's like the higher I climb in rank, the less I see Oob. I'm not saying Oob is a bad character. None of these characters are bad characters, by the way. Like I said, they all can be Z tier. Depends on the player and how you play the character. But let's check out Oob's abilities. Okay, so Cyclone Stream. An ability that strengthens the rush attack and super attacks using Cyclone. Cyclone obtained by firing energy blasts with a certain skill. Use the strength as rush attack and super attacks gradually decreases after a set amount of time has passed since acquisition use. Okay, so you have his rush attack. He's a ranged basic attacks. And then you have the Rage Barrage, which is pretty good. Basically, that's Baby's attack, but it doesn't push them back. Launch succession of energy blast in a set direction, obtain Cyclone. When some of the blasts return to him, the amount obtained increased. If the blast hit the enemy, can move while attacking. So, again, pretty good attack. He can move. Basically, it's Baby's attack, like I said, but it doesn't push them back. And you get your Cyclone. It fills your Cyclone bar. Brutal Buster. Okay, a self-strengthening attack that generates a surrounding shockwave, applies no obstruction to self and removes candy, increases the range of rush attack and shooting chaser, increases the number of blasts from rush attack, and shortens the skill cooldown when homing blast hits. So this is pretty good too, if you know what you're doing, because I ain't gonna lie, Oob is a pretty hard player too. He's a pretty hard character to learn. Okay, shooting chaser, dash in a set direction and fire unavoidable attacks. Blast at nearby enemies, obtain Cyclone if the blast hits. So this is pretty good too, especially because you get basically 2 dashes with him. You get your little blink and then you get this too, which I like that. He's a pretty good character when it comes to that movement, mobility, stuff like that. Fire a wave of energy blast toward a set direction. Uses all Cyclone in its possession. When activated, the more you have, the more damage dealt. Obtain Cyclone. When some of the blasts return to after hitting the enemy, applies candy to hit enemy heroes when their HP drops below a certain percentage. At skill level 3 super makes it easier to turn enemies heroes into candy. When the enemy hits them, also increases damage dealt and amount of Cyclone obtained. And if you guys don't know, Oob's ultimate can one-shot you. Just saying, I've been one-shotted before, especially if you're playing DPS or hit or somebody like that. If you jump in front of it, it's probably going to one-shot you. So be aware of that. Okay, so Krillin. I ain't gonna lie. Krillin's B tier. I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. I want to put him in A tier. I'm gonna just say he could be either one. He's B or A. A lot of people's not gonna like that. Go cry about it. This is passive, an ability that allows for quick use of skills. Applies mark to an enemy to shorten skill cooldown. Okay. Krillin is really good against hit. Krillin is really like, he's more of a aggravating character than anything. Once you can pretty much get your hands on him, then you don't have to worry about him. But anyway, you got his rush attack. Pretty sure he's a ranged character too. You got Energy Mind. This is the move that I'm talking about. It's really aggravating because he can put him in bushes. And if you're playing a hit character, if you're playing hit, then he's gonna be your worst nightmare. Cause it disappears, so they can't see it. See, placing an energy blast aimed in a set position. The blast becomes visible to enemies for a set period for a plot mark and shrink field of view upon exploding. Can be detonated by another energy mine, disarming, hit by an enemy hero's energy attack. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that, but you have to guess to see, and I just don't see myself doing that. Then you have the solar flare. Pretty good. Fire a bright light that weakens enemies, applies mark, blind, and all attack down to enemies facing. So that means they can't see you once you hit them with solar flare. So it's pretty good. Scatter energy wave. This is a good move. I actually like this move. I wish Piccolo would have had this move because it makes sense for him to have it, especially that he did it in the cooler moving. You can say that the cooler move is not canon. That's why they didn't do it. But hey, I don't know. I'm pretty sure, like I said, I seen a meme that it said that everything in the Dragon Ball Z universe was canon now. So that means Cooler is canon. Firing energy blasts in a set direction. The blast pass can be controlled mid-air. The attack will scatter and fall when it hits the enemy or when the command is re-entered. Tracks mark enemies and generates smoke upon contact with the ground. So basically, Krillin is a character. He's an aggravating character, pretty much. I'm not gonna lie. Destructo Disc is the ultimate. Unleash multiple energy discs in a set direction. Track marked enemies and deals increased damage to those with 3 or more debuff status effect who are hit by a disc center. The number of discs increase at level 3. So this is basically, as you guys can see, the top part, this is his ultimate at level 3. He basically goes crazy. We have Deborah. Deborah is S tier. Don't have a video with him, but I played Deborah a good bit. As you guys can see, I played him a good bit. Level 3 for me. Demon's Domain, the ability that petrifies enemy heroes. The petrification gauge increases when enemy heroes is hit with a certain power-up, skill, or rush attack, or when enemy hero is near. Depletes gauge when enemy hero performs a vanishing step or is not nearby for a set period. When the purification gauge is full, rush attack changes it to stone spit and applies petrification. Deals more damage to enemy heroes applied with petrification. You guys don't know what that is. He is a tank killer. So that means you don't want to fight him one-on-one. Because if you fight him one-on-one, he's going to rip you apart. It doesn't matter about your defense. It doesn't matter about anything. You see this little gauge. Once he turns you into spit, once he spits on you, his damage is going to go crazy. And you're not going to be able to fight back because you're going to be turned into stone like Medusa. Obviously, you guys see it. The circle, you don't want to be standing in it, especially with the gauge filling up. Or if you do, you want to make sure you have your vanishing step because as you guys can see, the vanishing step resets it. So we have Doomray. Okay, so you see how much Doomray fills the gauge up. That's all I'm going to say. An unavoidable attack that causes the target to explode and inflict major damage. Fills the petrification gauge when it hits an enemy. I'm pretty sure all his moves do that. So, like I said, vanishing step. If you want to get out, it reduces attack activation time, creates an explosion in front when attacking, causing more damage. The Darkness Spear, this is my favorite attack for him. Throw a volley of spears in a set direction. Spear appears hit enemy heroes and apply no vanishing step. So that means you can't. So say he pops up on you, he throws the spears, he does Doomray. You're not gonna be able to get away. And by the time he does all of that, if he does all of that, you're pretty much going to be turned into spit. So you do want to be careful with that because a good Deborah player is definitely going to do that to you. Or he might even evil flame you. It just depends. But anyway, throw a volley of spears in a set direction. Spear appears hit. No vanishing step. Applies movement speed down to self when moving toward an enemy. Hero pierced by a spear. So yeah, number of spears increase as you guys can see. And by the way, you guys don't know, me watching, like if you're watching the little cutscenes up here, all the attacks are maxed out. Okay, so spit flames in a direction, can move redirect during attack, applies movement speed down when it hits, also applies burning and fills petrification gauge when it hits an enemy hero. So this is a good, I like this ability, but I think I may start grabbing this because I always grab this one at Superstar. So I may grab either this and then this and then this and then the ultimate. I've noticed, for certain characters, I'd like to get my ultimate pretty much last sometimes. It just depends on who I'm playing. But then you have the ultimate evil blast, fires explosive energy blast, set of possession, fills petrification gauge of enemy heroes hit by the explosion. Now, in my opinion, his ultimate isn't really that crazy. If you want to fill your gauge to turn him into stone, then it's pretty good for that. But other than that, his ultimate isn't really the best. So that's why I have him at S tier, or you can even put him at A tier. But other than that, like I said, he's a tank killer. Let me know down in the comments. Are you guys playing Deborah as a main? I know in my last video, a lot of people said they were because he's a tank killer. Okay, we have Majin Buu. I'm gonna put Majin Buu at B tier. He could be A tier too, by the way. Majin Buu. I actually have a video on Majin Buu. I like his moveset a lot because it's very unique in a way, and it can be pretty much, like I said, he's a good support. He's a tech character, so yeah, it's pretty good. An ability that's strengthens self when healing or obstruction to others. Healing ally heroes or applying debuff status effects to enemies will increase the damage dealt by rush attack. So that means if you hit them with a strengthened gum, then pretty much you're gonna do more damage. His rush attack, he is a ranged character. Strangle gum, this is his good play that I like to use. Because if you guys don't know, I'm gonna just read it out. Throw an enlarged gum and snarling gum in a set direction, hitting with a skill repeatedly will cause the enemy to become a larger target and apply all attack down and movement speed. So that means, you see how big he's making him? That means all you have to do is hit the gum and you're gonna hit the guy in the middle, which I think is pretty good. Fire a beam of light in a set direction and heal the HP of an ally hero. Closer allies receive more HP. Also restores own HP while the skill is active. Heals more targets at higher skill level. Amount of own HP healed increase as more targets are added. Okay, so I didn't know that the closer you are, the more heals that you and the teammate get. But he's pretty good, especially if you, like, say you get into a fight and Zeno's at your guy and you don't want to go back to heal because they're going to hit it. You can get healed by Majin Buu. That's why I say Majin Buu is a very good character. He's unique. I wish he could attack whenever he's healing, but I guess that would be too busted. I don't know. Baby can do it, so why can't Majin Buu do it? That's how I see it. Anyway, plus Majin Buu's ultimate isn't really the best. Okay, but his ready go, I like his ready go. A learned attack in a set direction that pushes away enemies, applies strike defense up to self, can redirect while attacking or stop when command is re-entered. Now, by this move, I mean it's really good because you can push the enemy into a wall or corner, and you can keep doing it, and they won't be able to attack. Unless they're Goku, they may be able to fly out. But other than that, you can do it, and it pretty much stop them. It doesn't stun them, but I feel like it does, like, stop them from doing abilities. Fire, his ultimate, fire beam of light. Okay, I'm not reading all that, but basically creates a healing area so you can be inside of the heal, and you turn them into candy. You run up, you can eat them, and all types of stuff pretty much. And you can take them back to your team. Now you don't have a lot of time, and also this move is very hard to hit. So that's why I said I would upgrade it last, because like I said, it's not easy to hit. But yeah, next character. We have 18. 18 is an S tier character. 18 is definitely an S tier character. Okay, so we have Assault Rush, an ability that grants buffs against assault targets. Apply a stack to enemy heroes. When skill or power up attack lands, deal more damage to those with enough stacks or trigger assault target. We have a rush attack. She is not a ranged character. She's a melee character. She needs to be up close and personal. Her destructo disc is pretty good. I don't know what the cooldown is, but it has to be short because she kept throwing it at me. So did not like that. Attacking a set direction with a bladed disc of energy, chases enemy heroes in range who have assault rush stacks when activated. Deals more damage to less HP. Oh, that's why. So she can pretty much wipe you, by the way, because she can do dash, throw this at you, you're out of there. Okay, dash in a set direction, then kick the enemy, deal more damage to more assault rush stacks the enemy has. A cell dash, a lunge attack in a target direction, can be activated again immediately after hitting an enemy. If an enemy hero is KO'd during reactivation attack, the number of possible reactivations will increase. So this is pretty good for her. This will make her really good because this is the dash attack, and then you kick, throw the disc, and you pretty much delete them. And you guys are probably gonna be like, well, how do you have enough time to do that? It seems like you don't have that much health in this game. Yeah, you got time to do it, trust me. Now, her ultimate, warp to a target enemy location, delivering unavoidable staggering attack, deals more damage while in assault. After that attack, a shockwave deals additional damage, KO or assist a KO against an enemy hero, and the cooldown for the skill will be reduced. Now, since all of her abilities are pretty much, seems like they're basic attack or enhanced basic attacks, I feel like the cooldown is probably crazy on her. besides the destructive disc, which the cooldown is short on it too. So I imagine that all of this is short too for her cooldown. She's a very good character. She can delete you really quick in this game, especially if she knows what she's doing. So you have to be very, very careful of 18. Caulifla. Caulifla is an A tier tank. I like Caulifla. She's pretty good. She could even be S tier. Okay, Super Saiyan 2. Transform into Super Saiyan 2, and pretty much it boosts the armor, HP, her attacks, and bring it on effect. In her passive, an ability that buffs resistance to enemies with provoked status. Damage taken is reduced from enemy who are provoked. So she can do a good bit of damage and take a lot of damage. Rush attack, she is a melee character. Storm kick, I like this move. Attack with a triple roundhouse kick in a set direction, applies provoke to enemy. If it hits a point blank range, the duration of provoke is extended, can move, redirect while attacking. So that means you can move while you're using this move. Blaze dive, I do like this move to dive into the back line to get DPS in the bot lane. Launch an attack blast at a set position that causes an explosion. Leap in to deal extra damage. If the explosion attack hits, deals more damage to enemies inflicted with provoked. So yeah, say they had Piccolo or Kale down in the bot lane. I usually dive them, hit them with the storm kicks. That should be enough to kill them with the basic attack after that. So you do have the basic attack, so be wary of that. And then you have this move. This is really good if you want to push the enemy teams away from you or your team. An attack that releases energy all around her, protects against enemy close range and injury attacks. Applies movement speed to self after attacking. So basically, if you want to use that and then get out of there, you can. Crush cannon. Fire a large wave of energy in a set direction, applies provoked to enemy, can move, redirect while attacking. So this move is good if you want to get out of there and escape, because she moves pretty fast whenever she's using her ultimate. If you want to, you're not going to be stealing the boss with this. I'm not saying you can't, but you're not going to steal the boss with this. Say you get low, then you want to use this move, because again, you can blast and move backwards, and as you guys can see, she moves pretty fast. So yeah, she's a good tank. So think about that if you're playing tank and you want to play Caulifla, because she's pretty good. We got my boy Cooler. Cooler is a Z tier character. Not going to lie, him and Goku are Z tier. If you haven't played Cooler as a tank, I suggest you do it, because he is a he's the best character in the game. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. He might be the best character in the game. Okay, let's read his abilities out. Okay. Transform into final form. As you guys can see, as transformations, they all do the same. They boost the HP, your armor, your attack, everything since the length of retaliation status. Okay, so his passive, a self-strengthening ability. Upon skill use, super attack excluded, applies immune to all to self. So that means immune pretty much to damage. If a hit is taken from an enemy hero helper while an immune, enter retaliation status, the effect of your next skill will be enhanced. Okay, deal more damage during retaliation. So that means if he has the little thing over his head, like the little aura, and he's attacking, he's gonna be doing more damage. Destruction rate, fire a beam in a set direction that burns everything in sight. When a retaliation status, create pillars of fire and the beam's path that applies. Okay, so this does damage over time, by the way. And if you guys don't know, when he uses abilities, he's going to be immune to damage. So be wary of that. That's what makes him a good character. And a weak attack that manipulates the surrounding gravity, applies high pressure and movement speed down to enemies. While in retaliation, the attack time is extended and damage is increased. So this is really good for him. Death Chaser. A lunging attack in a set direction. When activated during retaliation, pull enemies along your route and then smash them into the ground. So basically, that's this move where he picks them up and slams them into the ground. Pretty good move. This shockwave affects surrounding enemies and applies movement speed down. Okay, atomic supernova. Launch an energy spear at a set position that pulls enemies towards the center of the explosion. If activated during retaliation, it has increased AoE and deals an extra damage. Okay, so the combo that you want to do with him, and I think I haven't been doing this for other characters, but like I said, if you guys want to see me play them in gameplay, like I said, I have a whole playlist of Gekishin Squadra. So again, check those videos out after you watch the tier list. So basically what you want to do is, say you're hitting somebody, you want to dash up on them, use a death beam, chaser, death stopper, supernova. Boom, there it is. Or if not, they're going to die. They're going to be close to dead. Because the cooldowns on Cooler is crazy. That's all I'm going to say. The cooldown on this man is insane. Next character. Who we got? We got Bojack. Bojack is a B tier character. Full power. Transform into full power Bojack. Can't transform at all at level 7. Base HP, all attack damage dealt by Galactic Assassin. So his passive orders subordinates to perform following up attacks after hitting an enemy hero with a skill. Landing a rush attack will cause subordinates to follow up attacks. Okay, so that means that basically whenever you use moves, you have 4 of them, I'm pretty sure. So every time you use a move and use a basic attack, a subordinate will jump in and use a certain attack. Okay, enemy energy blast attack. Number of blast increases when used in succession. So he's a pretty good, I like his basic attack. I feel like his basic attack does a good bit of damage. Him and Piccolo, they probably have some of the best basic attack in the games. Galactic Buster. Fire 2 energy blast in a set direction that explode on impact. This is a good move to catch somebody that is running, because say if they're back here, it's gonna hit them, especially if it's like, okay, you see how it's coming out. If they get hit by the explosion and they're right here, it's still gonna hit them and kill them. Cosmic Bloom, this may be his worst move ever, and well, his worst move in the game. Activate or attack that scatters small energy blast in a set direction, can move or redirect while attacking, but you can't move while you do it. If hit by an energy wave or a set amount of time has passed, the blast will explode. So yeah, okay, so we have his threads. This is a good move. Call upon your subordinates to extend out threads of energy to set a position. Applies movement speed down to enemies. Explodes after a set period of time, dealing extra damage to number of subordinates increase with skill level. So that means the higher the skill, the more subordinates come out. Subordinates retreat when attacked, and the skill will be canceled if all subordinates retreat. Okay, Giga Grand Blast, Giga Chad. So fires a spread of 5 energy waves with your subordinates. Your subordinates in a set direction. Energy wave will coverage to the center over time. Sorry guys, I've been reading a lot. It's probably been like an hour video right now, and yeah, I'm tired of reading. Okay, sorry. That's why you guys should leave a like on the video. So basically, this move right here, not really that crazy, because you can dodge it and fly behind him if you're Goku, and he has to wait until the animation finishes before Bojack can move. That's why I say he is, I put him at A tier. That's why I say he's A tier. You could even make him B tier, because his ultimate isn't really too crazy, but if he does hit you with the ultimate, you're going to get cooked. That's why you put this down first and then use the ultimate. Okay, next character. I'm gonna put Trunks at A tier. Put Trunks at A tier. Not because he's my favorite character or anything, but he's definitely A tier. Super Saiyan, base HP, all attack up. As you guys know, he don't get all the buffs that Goku do. Overcharge. An ability that reactivates skills, KO or assist a KO against an enemy, excluding NPCs. The attack a skill during cooldown once, excluding Super Saiyan and super attacks. So basically, when you get a kill with a skill, you can use it again in short terms. Rush attack, he's a melee character with a sword. Burst attack, this damage does a lot, especially if they're low. A sharp thrust in a set direction. Damage is increased to enemies whose HP is below a certain percentage. So say you're half health, if you get hit by this, you're going to get one-shotted. Well, he's going to finish you off with it. Okay, or as he says, I'll run you through. You're going to get ran through. Okay, his Vanish Strike. Warp to the enemy's position and cut them down with a sword. Using a super attack immediately after the skill will reduce its activation time. So, say you jump on somebody, you use the burst sword, they're cooked. Burning attack. This attack is really good. It blinds them. Fire an energy blast at a set position, create smoke on impact. So the smoke blinds. If you don't know in this game, the smoke definitely blinds you. Then you have Shining Slash. Unleash a sword assault in a set direction, followed by energy wave. Can redirect during the sword attack. Applies movement speed down to enemies hit by the sword attack. Applies movement speed up to self after attacking. So this is good too, because you can turn it that way. Last you guys see, hit this guy and turn to the other way. So pretty good. I do like his ultimate. I like Trunks' kid. He's pretty good. Not gonna lie to you. That's why I have him at A tier. We have Vegeta. I don't see Vegeta a lot. He's the A tier character. He can be S tier too, by the way. And it's crazy to see Piccolo up here at S tier, bro. I've never thought I would see today, because like I said, in my last tier list, now it did change a good bit, by the way, because like I said, I played majority of the characters, if not all of them. I played everybody except the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but I played against him enough to know what he does and what he's good at. That's why we haven't ranked him yet, because we actually have a good bit to talk about him, but we're already like an hour in, 55 minutes. Yeah, but Piccolo was down here at D tier, bro. That's crazy, bro. Imagine the jump, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so Super Saiyan, base HP, armor, all attack up. So when he turns Super Saiyan, he gets buffed. Prince Pride, an ability that grants buff when in danger, applies shortened cooldown itself when HP is below a certain percentage. So I feel like Vegeta, a lot of people probably don't like Vegeta as a tank, but he's obviously a tank in the show too because he get beat and keep getting back up. Pretty good. He's a physical attacker. Energy blast volley, fire multitude of energy blasts in a set direction, can move, redirect while attack, restores armor for each enemy hit. Explosion deals more damage at level 3. Pretty good. This is his best move though, I'm not gonna lie to you. Then you want to get the energy or these two moves right here together. You want to get those two, or you want to get you can't go wrong with Vegeta. Whichever move you get, you cannot go wrong. Launch an energy blast at a set position that pulls enemies towards the center of the explosion. I like this move because, like I said, it pulls them in, and then you have explosive wave, create an explosive explosion around yourself that blows enemies away, restores armor and enemy hit. So that means that if say your HP, well not your HP, but your health is low, this is your armor, right? So say you use this move, it restores your armor. So that means your health is gonna bounce back up. And then you have a Big Bang attack, launching energy blast at a set position for a massive explosion, restores armor upon enemy hit. So that means this can actually give you armor too. So Vegeta can actually fight for a very long time if you know what you're doing with him. So that's why he is a AT character. He's probably one of the better tanks in the game that you're probably not even seeing Vegeta like that anymore, but he's a good tank. And I do have to make a video with him. I already have a thumbnail. I just haven't made the video yet. But yeah, I've played Vegeta. Okay, so we have Daima Goku. Daima Goku, he actually got a buff too, and he's definitely S tier. I was gonna say A tier, but he's S tier. Okay, so we have his skills. Super Goku Mini. We have Battle Gear, a self-strengthening ability while active battle gradually increases the strike damage dealt when fighting enemies. Strike damage increases more quickly when fighting a hero with a higher level than you. So say you're behind and you have Diamond Goku, then it doesn't matter because he can fight the higher level. I don't recommend you do that. I don't recommend you do that, but if you want to, I mean, hey, I can't stop you. Okay, but his basic attack, his rush attack, the physical attack with the power pole range gradually increases during the attack. The increased range resets if the attack is interrupted. So that means the more basic attacks he get, the wider his basic attacks get. So that means he can hit you from further away. Okay, Pansy's Bomb. This is the good move that you want to upgrade first. It does damage over time, and it does a good bit of damage whenever it hits. And then you have Glorio. You want to upgrade this second. Now the power pole, you don't want to upgrade that unless you just want to block moves and stuff like that. Well, not block, but increase your damage and move faster. But Glorio's good. Does lightning. You're about to see it. Boom, boom, boom. All the lightning in the area. You have to level it up though a good bit before it does that. And then what was it say? Enemies or bombs near the foe will be struck by lightning. Oh, so you can, I think the bomb can blow it up too. And then you have this. Sweep through the surrounding area with the power pole performance. Deals more damage to enemies who are further away. I haven't tried it with the enemies that are further away. Damage received from the first hit of an incoming attack during the dance will be halved. Applies energy defense up and movement speed up to self when hit by an enemy wave attack. Applies strike defense up, movement speed up to self when hit by a strike attack. Can move while attacking, can be canceled by a rush attack. Okay, so this is the move that I like that does a good bit of damage. I talked about this in my video when I played Diamond Goku, so if you guys want to check that out, like I said, check it out, and then check it out after you watch this tier list video, obviously. But transform into a Super Saiyan and dash toward a target position, unleashing a barrage of high-speed attacks, gain immune to all. From the start of the transformation until the dash forward following the barrage, move a set distance based on directional input and deal additional damage with an energy explosion. The further away your target, the more the AoE and movement range after the barrage increases, the more damage taken. While immune to all, the more damage dealt by the final explosion. So that's good. The more damage you take while you're doing his startup, the more damage you're going to do to them. So you can possibly one-shot the other team, or most people, which I think I actually did a good bit of damage in my video. Whenever I did that, I might have one-shotted like 2 people in one. So like I said, check the video out after. Well, at this point you can click off. You've been an hour in, so thanks for the watch time, buddy. But yeah, let's see next character. Who we got? We're almost done. We got Cell. Cell is a B tier tank. I'm sorry, Cell mains, he is definitely B tier. His perfect form. Transform in perfect form. Transform with bioenergy is at maximum base HP, armor, all attack. If you guys don't know, Cell has to get assists and kills before he can transform. He's not like the other heroes where he can turn at level 7. He has to get a certain amount of kills and assists and stuff. Self-strength ability, base HP attack, armor attack, all attack power increase the more bioenergy is gathered. Okay, physical attack becomes drained when enemy HP is below a certain percentage when within a set period of time. So basically he can heal and stuff like that. Movement speed down, everything heals, HP applies, stuff like that. Fat is greater if activated behind enemy. Okay, the Big Bang crash. Fire explosive energy blast at a set position. After this blast hits, explode after a set amount of time and it applies movement speed down. This move is very easy to dodge. Rapid smash. Warp to a set target with a strike attack, grab target in a chokehold, and stagger them if attacked from behind. So if you guys don't know, he does this, and if he's in his first form, then he pretty much stuns them and sticks the tail inside of them. I think he heals. Anyway, regeneration. After charging up, your power unleashed. So basically he heals, okay? He's gonna heal. The damage taken while charging up, it decreases the damage, everything, stuff like that. Energy field. An attack deploys a surrounding barrier, blocks incoming. So basically this is his domain expansion. Immune to energy, so that means you can't handle an energy blast and stuff like that. And like I said, this is the one right here. Okay, so immune to everything. Pretty much what he did with this one. Heroes within the barrier, and if there are enemy heroes within the barrier, when it disappears, a ring will appear and restrain the enemy hero closest to him. Cannot enter the ring of another enemy hero. Applies all defense up to self. So basically you win a 1v1 with this man. Or if you got hit, he can jump in there and help him. Or if you have somebody that can get in there, they can get in. I don't know if that's a glitch, but I've definitely got in and out of the ring, and I did damage to Cell while he was in the ring fighting my teammate. So I don't know. Let me know. Then we have my boy 17. S tier. Okay. Infinite energy reactor. Use energy to recreate your skill. Reactivate your skill, Skills excluded. Super attacks can be activated again during cooldown. Energy use will recover over time. The more skills that are on cooldown, the faster energy will recover. That means that's going to fill the bar up. This is the energy bar. Rush attacks. He's ranged. Barrier ball. Okay. A kick attack that sends a barrier flying in a target direction. Enemy hit by the attack will have their buff status effect movement speed up. Converted to debuff status effect. Effect diminishes over time. If reactivated with infinite energy reactor, the enemy will also retrieve additional damage based on the amount of debuff applied at skill level 3 super. The number of barriers will increase. This is a good move. I like his barrier knuckle. That's pretty good too. Lunge forward in a set direction to pummel your opponent with barrier clad fish. Applies movement speed down to enemies hit. Effect diminishes over time. Staggers enemies when the skill is reactivated with infinite energy reactor. Okay, so Android barrier. This is a really good move right here. Creates a barrier that protects you and nearby allies. Gives you and nearby allies extra HP. Also applies movement speed up when the skill is reactivated with infinite energy reactor. Effect diminishes over time, which I ain't gonna lie, you pretty much want to use his moves whenever the bar is filled up, because that makes it where you pretty much get a good bit of stuff. Set up a barrier to protect you and allies heroes while creating an air explosion. Gives you and nearby ally heroes extra HP. Applies no healing EX to enemy. The least total HP you have, the more damage dealt and the more extra HP received. So this is really good. That's why I said he's really good, especially when he's getting low. I can't say it. That boy 17 is really like that on this game. That's all I'm gonna say. Especially if they know what they're doing. They really like that with 17. Trust me, 17 is really like that. My boy Hit is a Z tier character. Fear of Death. An ability calls and debuff status effect that shrinks the field of view. Applies Fear of Death when hitting enemy hero unaware of your position. Apply movement speed during the enemy. Deal extra damage to gain shorter cooldown for dimensional infiltration when Fear of Death is stacked. So that means you want to use the clouds, or you want to use your death blow while they can't see you to do more damage and pretty much activate his passive, because his passive is really good. Vital point strike, thrust attack in a direction, generates a shock wave with the attack from skill level 2. Enemy heroes who have not discovered you at the time or activation will be staggered. So this is basically how you stagger them, or you can use the cloud and basically attack to stagger them. If they fly by and you're in the cloud and you punch them, you don't have to use this. You can pop back in the cloud. You can hit them because they're going to be stunned, get back in the cloud, the vital point, stagger them again, get back in the cloud, punch them, and that's going to do a good bit of damage. Then you have dimensional infiltration. This is going to be his move to get out of that jam. Warp to a set position and enter alternate space-time, granting buffs, apply stealth, and movement speed up to self while in the alternate space-time. These effects will be canceled if hit by an enemy attack or upon using a rush attack or skill. Now, I did say Goku could see you if he used one of his moves, which I'm not sure if that is legit or not, but it said he could, so I'm gonna just say he can. Then you have his ultimate, Assassin's Domain, basically his domain expansion in this game like Cell. If you get caught in this, you might as well put a controller down because he's going to kill you. Unleash murderous energy, especially if you're by yourself. Granting your buffs applies fear of death, movement speed, obscure vision to nearby enemies. Applies same effects as dimensional infiltration to self. If the effects of dimensional infiltration are canceled, they can be regained if no actions other than movement speed are performed. So that means he's going to pop you, disappear, pop you, disappear, pop you, disappear, pop you, and kill you. So yeah, that's what makes him a good character. He's basically a real assassin in this game. I kind of wish that they had, like, there was generally like every other MOBA games that has like the jungle role where you could play as an assassin, and in the jungle role you had a mid lane, you had an XP lane, a gold and support lane. I kind of wish it was like that for this game. Maybe they'll make a game mode like that, but I don't know. It seems like they're really content on doing the 2v2. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised though if they did change it up, but that would be a very good chance to do that. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, next character. We have the Gammas, S tier, the Z tier. They're my boys, man. Now I am biased. I ain't gonna lie, I'm biased. I'm biased when it comes to the Gammas. They're my favorite characters, probably. So yeah, switch between Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 in battle. Each their HP. They have their own HP. They have their own. Gamma 1 has a range rush attack, and Gamma 2 has the close attack where he has to be up close to you. They don't share the same HP, so as you guys can see, you see the HP bar above his head. So pretty good. Like I said, one's ranged, one is physical attack. So, and also they jump in, by the way. So do be wary of that. I was gonna say he jumps in too. So yeah, you gotta watch out for that. And then you switch them out. So this is a good move right here. Did it just say bish? It said bish. Anyway, Gamma Impact. This is one of the good moves. This is the move that I like to start off with. These two moves, either the Gamma Blaster or the Gamma Impact, because you can switch out to these two. You start with Gamma 1. You start with Gamma 1. So you do want to get this attack, and then you want to get the gun, and then you want to upgrade this all the way. Because you only want to get this once, okay? Because it's crazy early game, but you want to get the Gamma Impact, then the gun, because this does a lot of damage to impact. Then you have the ultimate special pose. Create a surrounding explosion that staggers enemies. So pretty much stuns them and gives you full health, combines their HP stats into one. So you have to be careful because they're both going to be out, and if you get killed while you're in your ultimate, you're going to die. And then you have the core breaker. This is my favorite move. As Gamma 2, rush in for a powerful last ditch attack at a set position. Can only be activated once per battle during special pose at skill level 3. Drains the HP of Gamma 2 to 0. When activated, and forces Gamma 1 to swap out. So yeah, that is pretty good for you. If you want to use that move, Gammas are a very good character. I'm not gonna lie. If you want to play Gammas, they're very fun to play. So yeah, next character. I'm trying to get this junk done. Kel is a Z tier. Okay, Super Saiyan Berserk. Transform into a Super Saiyan Berserk. Use evolution break to transform. Effect is canceled after a set period after extra HP is used up. Courage for comrades, an ability that boosts courage and powers yourself up. Boosts damage dealt by skills activated at an ally's hero position. So if you're close to a hero, you're gonna do more damage, and she already does a lot of damage. A rush attack, she is ranged, so you do want to get up close to her unless she goes berserk, because if she goes berserk, you want to run away. Run, little man. But anyway, fire is a burst attack. This does a good bit of damage, especially if you enhance it with energy spear. If you guys don't know, you want to use energy spear to enhance all of the moves, because if you do, she does a crazy amount of damage on both moves. If you use the energy spear, it pretty much enhances it a good bit. Fire long range energy wave And it doesn't tell you that, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't tell you that you want to enhance. I had to figure that out. That's why it was so hard to play her, and a lot of people didn't know what they were doing when Kale first came out. But you do want to throw the energy spear because, like I said, it enhances everything, all her other 2 abilities. Okay, evolution break, her ultimate. We don't really have to explain this. Unleash volatile energy and generate a surrounding shockwave, transform into Super Saiyan Berserk. Upon activation, gain no obstruction and extra HP. Rush attacks will change, and you will not be able to use skills. Vanishing steps will change into a large lunge with an attack that staggers allies. So that's good. She does a lot of damage. So like I said, you do want to be careful, and whenever you're playing against her, make sure whenever she does that, because you have time to run. If she does that while you're fighting her, you want to get the hell out of there. Now we got the man of the hour. Where am I going to put him, boys? Where am I going to put him, boys? A tier. Now, when he came out, a lot of people were complaining about this guy. He's not really busted, bro. I'm sorry. He's not that busted now that I think about it. And the more that I played this Goku right here, Z tier Goku, it actually tells me that he's not busted. Now, Super Saiyan 3 Goku can't, like I said, every character in this game can be busted. It depends on the player and how you're playing the character that day, and if you know what you're doing. Now, he can be busted, but these characters right here, excluding the Gammas, I put them up here because they're my favorite. But these 4 right here, they're game changers, bro. I'm telling you, like, if you play these characters, Goku is the #1 character. Goku and Cooler, you don't even have to be good to play with them. Like, you don't have to be good at all. You don't have to have a brain to play with them, which is sad in a way, but it's like, I get it. I do get it. Goku's the main character. You do I feel like you have to have a character for each role that is really good and doesn't take that much skill to play. Cooler, you definitely one of them. I like playing Cooler, but he's definitely one of them. Now, these 2 characters, well, these 3 characters are more of the, like, they're on more of the complex side, so they're a little harder to play. But these 2, like I said, very, very easy to play. Pick up, play type characters. But Goku isn't as strong as people make him out to be. I don't know if people are still saying that he's really strong in this game, but he's really not. Now, we're going to go over his skills and stuff, and yeah. Okay, so we have Super Saiyan 3. Transform into Super Saiyan 3 can transform level 7, base HP, all attack up, damage dealt. If I won't do it, who will? Okay, so this is passive. Basically, if I don't, who will? An ability that grants buffs in adverse situations, deals more damage to enemy heroes who have a higher percentage of HP than yourself. And I'm not gonna lie, it don't, at that point in this game, his passive is useless, bro, unless he uses ultimate on you while he's low. But other than that, like, you can dodge his ultimate, you can dodge the Kamehameha. If you get behind him, I don't think he can cancel out of his Kamehameha. So if you get behind him, he's cooked because he can't turn it all the way around. It doesn't turn that fast. But his rush attack, bro, fires energy blast, becomes a powered up attack. See, he does have, it's like Piccolo's kind of in a way. I ain't gonna lie, with the ranged characters, I feel like if you get close to them, they can't really do anything, especially if you're jumping them with your tank, or if you have another character and you're jumping them, they're not gonna be able to get up close to you. I wish it showed the cooldowns and stuff on this. Super Kamehameha, like I said, his weakness, you can pretty much get behind it. Yes, she can turn the Super Kamehameha, and plus he does have to charge it up. So I feel like while he's charging for it to do a full amount of damage, no, he doesn't. But he does have to charge it up for the range. So say I'm playing hit, right? If he's charging, then I go invisible if I see him, and I just push him. Like, say if you push him, like, he won't be able to do anything. Or if I'm playing 18, I do the dash, get behind him. Even the Gammas, if you're in this range right here, if you use that little kick down move that goes up and down, you're gonna go over his head and you're gonna be able to kill him. He's gonna have the instant transmission out of there. I'm sorry. Or if you're a tank, even, like, say you don't even need a dash move. Like your vanishing step, if you get that card where you can vanish twice, or the card where you vanish and then, like, it gives you like movement speed. If you get that, then you don't even have to worry about the Kamehameha. I ain't gonna lie, if you get about Dragon Fist, it's over with. And this move is I'm not gonna say it's going to hit you. Like, say if you're running from him, he's not gonna be able to hit you with this move, because if you're flying, he's gonna spawn behind you. He's not as broken as people make him out to be. His Dragon Fist is good though, but other than that, the other Goku is way better. So we're gonna look at the tier list one more time, and as you guys can see, we don't have anybody at the D tier list. I'm actually surprised. Like I said, that boy Piccolo really grew up on us, man, which is crazy. But yeah, that's it for the tier list. Like I said, if you guys want to see more gameplay, I try to incorporate seeing like the moves and everything, like the skills and stuff, into the video, because somebody said that in the comments that I should do that. But other than that, if you guys want to see videos of these characters, like I said, I have a playlist of Dragon Ball Z Gekishin Squadra. Check that out, please. And please like and subscribe if you're to the channel and you want to see more Dragon Ball Z content, anime, Gekishin Squadra. We really trying to grow this channel. I want to get 1,000 subs, man. Come on, hit that sub button for me, sub it up. Yeah, this video is an hour and 18 minutes long, so yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Like I said, I will see you guys in the next one. I do have to make a video of Frieza 18, 17, Gohan, Frieza, Zamasu. I still gotta Vegeta. I have to make video, baby. Ooh, I have to make videos of that. So like I said, if you guys want to see that, make sure to tune in. But yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't be a hater, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.